Saturday I was shopping with my mom and my little sister, and we were like, getting ready for me to go off to school. I'm about to leave for college, so we were getting some last minute shopping done for my apartment that I have, and we were in Target, and we're just shopping, and this lady and her baby are walking down the aisles, and this child, I kid you not, was screaming at the top of her lungs. And I mean, the kid had to be like a year and a half years old. It wasn't like a little baby or anything. Like, the kid was like, it was a toddler. The child was definitely a toddler. So this poor baby is just screaming at the top of her lungs, and this mom is just like, continuing to shop like nothing is going on. And it wouldn't bother me so much if, I guess, she were like contained to one area, but this lady went from aisle to aisle in like the home decor section, and she was just like circling and circling the same area over and over again, obviously looking for something, and like, probably like comparing prices and whatnot. It was just so annoying, and she let her baby scream for a good 30 minutes before my mom and my little sister and I just left the store. We ended up like, checking out, and we could still hear this baby crying. The kid was screaming, and it's so annoying, because it's like, you know what? Like, if your baby is screaming like that for like half an hour, maybe you need to go home. Like, can't you get somebody to like watch your kid? Or better yet, like, why don't you go shopping after your kid's had a nap? It was like the middle of the day, so it's like nap time for most children. So it was like, oh my god, like, leave. That's so annoying. It just really irritates me when people will let their babies scream, like, in restaurants. That's especially horrible, like when you're like trying to have a nice relaxing dinner with your family or with some friends, and like the next table over there's a baby who is literally crying, and the parents are not doing anything about it. Like, they're just like ignoring the kid like nothing is going on. Like, that is not the time to table train your toddler in the middle of a restaurant, in the middle of a crowded restaurant with tons of other people around. It's definitely like one of those home things. Like, if you're going to ignore your child and try to teach them a lesson, you definitely need to do that at home. So that's just super annoying. Crying babies are just got to be like the worst, and it's awful when it happens on an airplane. Happened to my parents on their way to Hawaii. The flight from Texas to Hawaii is about a 17-hour flight, so it's really long, and they got stuck on the airplane with like a 7-month-old baby a couple seats over, and this baby screamed the whole 17 hours. And so my parents were just like so irritated by the time that they landed. Like, they didn't even talk to us for a couple days because they were just like so irritated by this couple. And then ironically enough, they actually, on the flight back, they were on like the same flight as those people, and the baby screamed the whole way back. So it just really annoys me. Like, why are you taking your 7-month-old baby to Hawaii with you? Unless it's like, like a one-way trip, like you're moving down there or something. I just don't understand why you would take your baby on a destination vacation, especially one that involves like airplanes. Why? Your baby's not going to remember it at all. You're going to be miserable the whole time, and your baby's just going to disrupt the peace for everyone else. And it's like, it's got to be really uncomfortable. Like, flying sucks for an adult or for someone my size. It's just like, I can't imagine the amount of pressure that baby is feeling, because like, there's an inertial pressure, I guess, that you feel when you take off, like you're being pushed against your seat, and just by the sheer momentum. It's awful. It's not something that I particularly enjoy. And then your ears are popping all the time, and that's gotta hurt especially for like a baby. So that's almost like toddler torture. Like, why would you do that? I just don't understand like why you would do that. So yeah, that's just definitely something that I've noticed that is just really annoying, and and it's just really prevalent, and it's super annoying, and I don't think new parents realize how annoying their babies are, or how annoying their children are, like, just annoying children in general. Like, I have a couple friends who work in retail, and they were telling me the other day how this lady came in on her cell phone, and she had her 3 misbehaving children with her, and the lady just stood by while her kids, like, unfolded a whole table of clothes that the associates had just folded up. And so they were, all of the salespeople in the store were super pissed off, and the lady was just, like, you know, watching her kids do it, and was just like, shh, guys, volume. And it's like, no, you should probably be worried about the fact that they are ransacking a store. That's not cool. Someone has to fold that up when you're done, unless you're going to stay and fix it. Don't do that. So, that's just super annoying. Like, I don't think people realize how irritating their children are to people who don't have children. And I think it's, like, part of being a parent is you're willing to overlook your child's flaws. But those are some pretty big flaws to overlook, and that's just some stupid behavior on parents' parts. Like, why is it necessary to take your baby to Hawaii with you? Like, isn't the point of going to Hawaii to get away from what's annoying you? And, like, you know, just in the store, why are you letting your baby scream for 30 freaking minutes in a row? Like, what is wrong with you? I just don't understand. And if you're really trying to teach your toddler that they can't just cry and get their way, why don't you do that at home? If you're going to ignore your child, at home is definitely the place to do it. You shouldn't subject people to just your child. Like, if you know that your kid is likely to misbehave, don't take them anywhere. My little sister was a little snot when she was born. We did not go out to eat for a good, we didn't go out to eat until she was like 3 years old, because she could not be trusted to not scream and throw crap around. And it's just one of those things, like, it's out of respect for the people who work in the restaurant, or who are hanging out in that restaurant, or have to go to that store, or are on that flight to get away from the annoying things. Like, I just don't think that people are being really considerate, and it's really hard to be considerate when you have a screaming child. But I mean, you got to do something. Isn't that embarrassing to some degree, to have a screaming baby with you all the time? Like, I mean, again, that'd be one of those things where, like, you know, maybe you have to sacrifice going out to eat every week. Like, maybe you should just save your money and wait until your kid is old enough to understand that you can't just scream until your food gets there. So, yeah, just something that I find super duper annoying, and I thought I would share with you all. So, enjoy. Bye.